Good morning, my beautiful imperfectionist family. What's good? It's your girl Tammy, aka That's a Woman, coming to you with this week's session of planting and or watering, where I'm either planting something new in your life or I'm watering, aka adding value to something that you have already heard. And listen, I don't know if you've been tuning in, but Real Talk with Tammy B has been some good conversations. So listen, Wednesday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Click on YouTube at That's a Woman and check us out. And this week, I'm not sure when you'll hear this message, but this week we are going to have topics on divorce, dating after divorce, and over 40. So I invite you to join the conversation because I know there is a lot that can be said about that. So I want us to have the conversation, shift the narrative, get things going in a positive direction so that we can create a harmonious, happy environment for our lives. Okay? And so today's message, y'all know the last couple of weeks I've been saying these messages have been tough because sometimes blunt force trauma is a tough conversation to have, but it's a needed / necessary conversation. And so not sure when you will hear this recording, but it is being recorded on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, on the verge of the 2024 presidential election. And so I recently watched All Eyes on Me by Tupac, which background, that's why your girl got the little scarf on today, because we're going to talk about some thug life. And so as I watched All Eyes on Me, I heard Tupac's acronym for thug life, which he had tatted on his stomach. And the acronym that he gave for thug life, in the most respectful way, but this is his acronym and I caught the message, and so I'm going to use it for today's topic. Thug, the hate you gave life, lil infants, effed, you know the word, everybody. The hate you gave lil infants, effed, everybody. And you're like, Tammy, why are you talking about that? And here's why. Because when you look at the state of the world, and I really have tried to stay out of this area, at least in planting and or watering. Now, real talk, if it comes up, it comes up and comes out. But I also know impact is not made until you are bold enough to have those real conversations. And so being that this is a ministry for me is bold, I'm going to be extra bold today and have this conversation. So the hate you gave little infants, effed everybody. Look at the state of the world. You got people still trying to scream one nation under God. One nation under God. But yet they are operating in so much hate, so much negativity, so much violence, so influenced to the point that a message can be said that because this person is not supporting me, this individual should be tied up and 9 barrels pointed at that individual to shoot them because they not supporting me. Where's the love there? You can hear stuff. Puerto Rico is an island of garbage. But you talking about you're for the people. Which, for the people, if you really are for the people, you would be for a state of love and harmony, not division. And this is a couple years after you threw paper towels at them in the midst of the COVID pandemic. And you send these subliminals You have a world full of followers that I, for one, continuously try to encourage people to tap into who they are, what power is in them, because I've said it many times before. The energy that creates worlds flows through each and every one of us. So we have power. We have the possibilities which are limitless in our lives when we trust God, believe God, stand on God, acknowledge the angels and all the other supernatural forces that are present with us. We have all those, but yet people are so consumed with hate. They're consumed with bitterness. They're consumed with, let's call it out, race. My race is better than your race, which all these years, the world has become a melting pot. We should all be able to cohabitate together. So going back to thug life, I caught what Tupac was saying. Tupac was saying, in essence, I'm speaking from Tammy's vantage point. Babies are not born with hate in their heart. They come joyful, loving, cute, giggly, and they come to explore and experience. And even in childhood, they are playful, they're joyful, and somewhere along the way, their joy is snatched. Their playfulness is snatched. And they're taught things, and that's why I'm always saying we're programmed, and they're programmed with things that make you like, why? You just sit back and you ask the question, why? Why? But the why at this point does not even matter. The thing that matters now is, how do we change it? When you have little kids that operate in hate, and if it starts because their family is operating a certain way, and then it grows, and then they're around other people that continuously operate in that way, then it goes on, and then they get older, they have kids, they pass it down, and then the cycle continues, it continues. And so this is where it's time to disrupt those cycles. If we're truly going to say, united we stand, the United States of America, and you're going to continue to put God's name in there, how about we put this, John 3:16, God so loved, and I'm going to say the world. God loved. And love seems to be I don't want to say the last energy, but it's definitely not as present as it should be. That's how I'm going to say. I'm trying to choose my words wisely. So therefore, I'm processing slowly, because I want to make sure I'm conveying what I need to convey, and I want to convey it the right way. Love is the foundation of it all. Happiness, joyfulness, playfulness. Those little children that I talked about that were born, guess what? They were each and every one of us. And somewhere along the way, life and people, especially our immediate surroundings, started changing that. And here's the thing, some of the change was for the good, when it's like, okay, you be the best person that you can, you excel, you can go higher. When you start putting those positive affirmations, that's where the good comes into play. And if those were the things that were implanted in little infants, things could be different. Because guess what? Those little infants would have took that, and they would have went through life. They would have went through happy. They would have went through joyful. They would have said, okay, hey, I see the good in you. I see the best in us. We can accomplish anything that we set our heart to. As a matter of fact, that just reminded me in the Bible, when they were trying to build the Tower of Babel, and they were all on one language, one accord, and God saw according to this story in the Bible, that if the people continued to build and stay together, they would make it to heaven. They could build that tower. And I'm going to use that analogy that if we come together in love, listen, we are in an abundant universe. People don't have to get greedy. They don't have to sit and think, oh, I want all the power. I want all the control. Everything is about me, 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 me. It does not have to be that way. But greediness kicks in when if we stay together on one accord and love, it's enough to go around. It's enough. That's why people don't feel worthy. They don't feel valuable because why? They don't feel loved because they're in a world that says in order to be loved, in order to be valuable, you have to look a certain way. You have to act a certain way. There are so many people struggling with mental health illnesses because they can't quite fit up. There's something in them that wants to be free, but yet they're confined by certain things that have been instilled in them. And they know in order to stay a part of certain cliques and certain groups that they have to conform. Now, I don't know about you, but my Bible that I read says, do not be conformed to this world. It's okay to say, you know what? This is going against the grain. I am able to be who I am, the free individual, the free spirit, the person that does get to look at life and say, you know what? That's going on, and I'm going to act like I don't see it because it's disrupting my peace, aka my vibration. I want to vibe high. I want to be peaceful. I want to be loving. I want to be joyful, and I want to get the best out of life. Again, John 10, life abundantly, and that starts from a place of love. Love. Operate in it. It's supposed to be who you are. Remember, it starts at home and spread abroad. It's time to disrupt this hate that has been passed down from generation to generation to generation. It does not have to be continued. That's why traditions are subject to change. Things that you do can change. And guess what? If you look at the state of things now, what is insanity? Doing the same thing over, expecting a different result. So when you got people hating each other, people can't even look at each other and smile at each other, avoid eye contact for whatever reason it is, that's not love. There are so many people that need someone to affirm. They need something as simple as a smile. But when you have people falling out because everyone wants to put their negative views on politics and religion and all this stuff. And don't get me wrong, it's negativity in all of it. Let's go ahead and call it out. But here's the thing. It's an energy that's continuously being cultivated that we gotta change. Why don't we focus on cultivating the spirit of love? The spirit of joy. Let's walk away from the hate. Let's walk away from the thug life. I can't even think of a replacement acronym, but my thing is, I know we can create a harmonious environment. It starts with us. That's why they say be the change that you want to see in the world. We gotta accept the change. We gotta make the change happen. We got to, and we can. It starts with us. So let us get out of his acronym for thug life and let's create a more happy life, a more joyful life. And listen, I know this is hard because I say it and I've known people's lives are tied into the outcome of this election. But wipes it out. However, it's important for you to know that no matter what the outcome, I'm going to say it and say it till you convince and you receive it and you accept it. No matter what the outcome of the election is, God's got you. You're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. So how about we start implementing those things to make us okay? Those things, what I say, turn the TV off, turn the negativity off, because they're using fear to continuously control us. They're even, you hear the words, like I said, some of those scenarios, some part of me at one point, I was like, well, is a certain individual trying to sabotage this? What is really going on? Because I really can't even believe a person in their right mind could say some of the stuff that's said, but I can't even charge all of it to that individual, because what's interesting, there are some smart people in the world that activate off of that stuff. So how about this? Today, Tammy is leaving you with activating the love in your life for yourself and the love for others. Okay? So listen, I know this was a hard message. I might not get no thumbs up, but if anything I said it resonate with you, give your girl a thumbs up. Or hey, if you want to have the conversation, let's have it. Drop me a comment in the chat. Because again, y'all know I try to send good vibes and positivity. However, there's times that you got to have some real conversations, and this is one of those moments. It's time to stop the hate. It's time, even against different nationalities, this stuff got to stop. This world doesn't get better till we as consciousness, mass consciousness, make the choice to make it a better place and let it start with us. Remember, charity starts at home, which is love, and it spreads abroad. Okay? And if you are not a part of my imperfectionist family, which we are imperfectly perfect people, I invite you to click on the subscribe button to join me. And then that way you'll also know when I have my Real Talk with Tammy B and Now Company. I left that out earlier. I have a platform, a panel that's going to be with me on a weekly basis so that you can get different perspectives about the conversations that are had. So it opens our minds up, because something was said last week that opened my mind up about the Diddy Cassie situation. So just be aware and have an open mind on things. Okay, so we are imperfectly perfect people on a journey. So listen, be a part of that. If you click the subscribe button, and listen again. Let love start from you. Let it spread abroad. Let us not continue to operate in insanity and under the influence of others that try to influence us to continue to operate in hate and all those negative things. We want to be in the good vibes, the good space, the good energy where we allow the good to flow into our lives. Okay? So listen, you amazing individual that you are. I want you to continue to be blessed. I want you to be empowered. I want you to walk in your authority, knowing who you are. You are loved by the Most High, the Creator of all. Okay? Be blessed until the next time. Have a super amazing day.